Thank you, you may pass.
Hello everyone, it's Brock from Brock and Sindri back again with another Fable Thursday. This week I'm talking about two of the legendary weapons from the original Fable. We'll start with the Bereaver, which is a legendary greatsword in Fable The Lost Chapters and Fable Anniversary. This is the sword that can be found behind a particular demon door in the Necropolis. The Bereaver is one of the most powerful weapons in the game, and the damage stat is actually higher than the Sword of Aeons and Avos tier. In order to obtain the weapon, the hero must forfeit all of their silver keys in their possession to the demon door. So this is the one to do like right at the very end, once you know you've opened up all of the other chests that you can possibly open up. The origins of this sword are soaked in mystery as well as blood. Though it is thought to have been wielded by one of the guild's most evil heroes, no record has been found of his name. Some say it belonged not to a man but to a demon, and that is why it gleams with the fires of hell. It is possible to open this demon door without silver keys as long as you collect no silver keys before you get to the demon door. Give him your keys and he'll say, "How in Scorm's name can you come all this way without a single key? Still, a deal's a deal, but why do I always meet freaks?" It is important to mention that in the Necropolis there is a chest that requires 25 silver keys to open, which is the chest that has the full set of Archon's armor, which is the most powerful armor in the game. We always say be sure to pick this up and any other silver key chests you may otherwise have missed before you give up your keys to this demon door, as it's pretty difficult to replace them without the usage of things like cheats or exploits. Some bandit guards wield a weapon very similar in appearance to the Bereaver, although these are only held with one hand. The Bereaver is the only weapon to be called a broadsword as opposed to a great sword or long sword. The crossguard of the Bereaver resembles a hob's head. Bereaver is likely a reference to the weapon from the Legacy of Kain series known as the Soul Reaver. The evidence for this is the skull and jagged blade are highly similar to the design of the Soul Reaver, along with the fact that the description of the Bereaver states that it is rumored to have been owned by a demon, and the owner of the Soul Reaver was the vampire Kain. In the Xbox release of the Lost Chapters, the Bereaver comes with 2 empty augmentation slots. If you put 2 sharpening augmentations on it, it will do 345 damage. This will match the Solas Greatsword should the Greatsword have its empty slot filled with a sharpening augmentation. However, in Anniversary and the PC release of the Lost Chapters, the Bereaver comes with only 1 augmentation slot that it is already filled, therefore making surpassing the Solas Greatsword impossible. Now, the Solas Greatsword is a legendary greatsword in Fable The Lost Chapters, and Fable Anniversary. The damage it does, base model, without any augmentations or anything like that, at extra is 313. The base value, if you want to buy it, is 69,825 gold, which is more than a few houses in the game. Augmentations are Flame, Health, and Sharpening, and it's found in the store in Bowerstone North. In the original Fable, it came with 3 augmentation slots, which was, as mentioned, filled with the Flame, Health, and Sharpening, but in Fable TLC, it comes with only Flame and Sharpening, with the 3rd slot empty. If you put a second Sharpening augmentation on it, it can do the same amount of damage as the Bereaver, should the Bereaver have 2 Sharpening augmentations as well. Both of these weapons will then have the highest damage of all melee weapons in the game, which is 345. The legendary Solus of the mystical Dragonites. This weapon is held in awe by sword masters and combatants of Albion alike. How do you get the Solas Greatsword? Well, as mentioned, it is found in the store in Bowerstone North, so you have to have completed the arena quest. By doing so, that's what gives you access to Bowerstone North. Now, the Solas Greatsword is sold there for a very high price, which on average is 77,900 gold. And it varies based on the hero's alignment. So in TLC you can buy it for about 69,000 or 70,000 gold. However, if the hero is married a Lady Grey, you can court her by giving her gifts and flirting with her. And eventually she will actually give him the Solas Greatsword with no augmentations as a gift. However, receiving an unaugmented version from Lady Grey seems to be exclusive to the Xbox version. An easy way to afford this weapon is to keep escorting traders to Orchard Farm, earning money each time. Alternatively, the hero can play the club game card pairs in Bowerstone South, which is the safest and fastest gambling game in Fable. Or if you have a decent amount of money and potions to begin with, buying out the local store's potion stock and reselling to them over and over can produce wealth rather quickly. This can also be done with emeralds in Oakvale, diamonds in Bowerstone North, etc. The other way is, of course, buying property like houses and store buildings and then renting them out. A fast way of collecting rent is to sleep repeatedly to pass the game days. Once the rent is maxed out, collect the gold. You cannot collect more gold once the rent is maxed out. You'll be wasting time. This cycle can be repeated as many times as you like. To increase the price of rent, you can upgrade your hero's house with more decorations and placing high value trophies on the wall. This is for your hero's main houses and cannot be applied to other buildings. A fourth way to earn a great deal of money is to purchase a home with 2 or 3 trophy holders. I think it's normally 2. If you break the door after you buy the house, and you do this before you sell the home, and this is to avoid breaking the law, then you place your most valuable trophies on the holders, leave the home and sell it. Enter back into the home, remove your trophies from the holders. This isn't considered stealing, even though the home and everything inside it doesn't technically belong to you anymore. Repeat the process to earn the difference of what each trophy is valued at each time. So if you do it later into the game, for example, your trophies are worth 2,500 each, and you can do 2, so you get 5 grand a pop. It's pretty good. You can also work as a sex worker in the bordello. Wearing a dress and the wig that can be found upstairs, the player may earn 1,000 by sleeping with Grope and 200 by sleeping with other customers. Talk to Madam Minge to be accepted there first. Notes: this weapon does more damage than the Bereaver and as such can be used as an alternative, and it means you don't have to spend your silver keys. However, in Fable TLC, if you should put a Sharpening augmentation on the Solas Greatsword's free slot and 2 Sharpening augmentations in the Bereaver's 2 free slots, they do the same amount of damage. Despite the description indicating it was used by Dragonites, every statue of Holder, the commander of the Dragonites, depicts him with a different weapon, not the Solas Greatsword. Before wrapping up this video, it is important to note that even though you can top out your strength stats, as they are great swords, they're also heavy weapons and much slower to deal damage. Therefore, it is this YouTuber's opinion that using the Sword of Aeons or Avos tier is still preferable because you can get more attack combos up quicker and therefore deal more damage, and you've also got all the augmentations they come with, like the health and the mana regen and everything like that. So whilst these are really cool swords and the design is super awesome, their practicality is a bit lower. If you don't mind the slower attacks, it's fine, but yes, I personally wouldn't use them. And that's pretty much the end of the video. Just, I guess, a quick one on the 2 legendary swords. What do you think, guys? Do you use these weapons? Let us know in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the next Fable lore video.